Mikolaj's footsteps echoed through the dimly lit corridors of the church as he followed Father Tomasz, his mind racing with the weight of the priest's words. The responsibility of becoming a vampire hunter, of confronting his own brother, was a burden he had never imagined he would have to bear. As they entered the sanctuary, the flickering candlelight cast shadows across the intricate carvings and stained glass windows, creating an atmosphere of solemnity and reverence. Mikolaj felt a sense of unease settle in the pit of his stomach, the gravity of the task ahead pressing down on him. Father Tomasz turned to face him, his expression grave. "Mikolaj, what I'm about to teach you is not something to be taken lightly. The knowledge of the wupji has been passed down through generations, a weapon against the darkness that has plagued our family." Mikolaj nodded, his jaw set with determination. "I understand, Father. I will do what is necessary to stop Jarek and protect the village." The priest's eyes softened with a hint of sympathy. "I know this is a heavy burden to bear, my son. But you must be prepared, for the wupji are formidable creatures, driven by an insatiable thirst for blood and a desire for vengeance." He gestured towards a wooden chest that stood at the altar, its surface carved with intricate symbols. "Within this chest lies the knowledge and tools you will need to confront the wupji. You must study them, learn their weaknesses, and master the techniques that have been passed down through the generations of wupji hunters." Mikolaj stepped forward, his fingers tracing the intricate carvings on the chest's surface. "What will I find inside?" Father Tomasz placed a weathered hand on the lid, his expression solemn. Silver blades, holy water, garlic, and other sacred relics, all of which can be used to subdue and destroy the wupji. But you must wield them with caution, for the darkness they face can also consume the hunter. Mikolaj's brow furrowed, his mind grappling with the implications. "Consume the hunter? What do you mean, Father?" The priest sighed, his gaze meeting Mikolaj's with a weight of experience. "The wupji are not merely physical creatures, my son. They possess a dark power that can seep into the soul, corrupting the hunter from within. You must be vigilant, for the curse that has claimed your brother may also seek to claim you." Mikolaj felt a chill run down his spine, the gravity of the priest's words sinking in. He had always known that the curse was a burden he and Jarek would have to bear, but to now be tasked with confronting his own brother, and to face the possibility of succumbing to the same darkness, was a prospect that filled him with dread. I don't know if I can do this," Father Mikolaj admitted, his voice laced with uncertainty. "Jarek is my brother, my twin. How can I bring myself to harm him, even if he has become a monster?" Father Tomasz placed a reassuring hand on Mikolaj's shoulder, his gaze filled with understanding. "I know this is a heavy burden, my son, but you must remember that the Jarek you knew is gone, consumed by the wupji curse. What remains is a creature driven by an insatiable hunger, one that will not hesitate to destroy all that you hold dear." Mikolaj felt a surge of conflicting emotions: love for his brother, fear of the darkness that had consumed him, and a sense of duty to protect his village. He closed his eyes, memories of their childhood flooding his mind. The laughter they had shared, the games they had played, the unbreakable bond that had once defined their lives, all of it now tainted by the curse that had torn them apart. Mikolaj remembered the way Jarek's eyes had sparkled with mischief, the way his smile had lit up a room. Now, those same eyes were sunken and hollow, his once vibrant smile twisted into a snarl of rage and hunger. Mikolaj opened his eyes, his gaze hardening with resolve. "I will do what I must, Father. For the sake of the village, for the sake of my own soul, I will confront the darkness that has claimed my brother." Father Tomasz nodded, a glimmer of pride shining in his eyes. "Then let us begin your training, Mikolaj. Time is of the essence, for the wupji's hunger will only grow stronger with each passing day." The priest turned and retrieved a weathered tome from the chest, its pages yellowed and worn. "This book contains the knowledge of the wupji, passed down through generations of hunters. You must study it, learn its secrets, and master the techniques that will allow you to confront the wupji. Mikolaj took the book, its weight heavy in his hands. As he flipped through the pages, his eyes widened at the detailed illustrations and the descriptions of the wupji's weaknesses and vulnerabilities. Silver blades, holy water, garlic, these are the tools that can be used to subdue the wupji, Father Tomasz explained, his voice low and solemn. But you must wield them with precision and conviction, for the wupji are cunning and resilient creatures. Mikolaj nodded, his fingers tracing the intricate diagrams, committing the information to memory. And what of Jarek? How can I bring myself to harm my own brother? The priest's expression darkened, a shadow of sorrow passing across his features. I wish I could offer you an easy answer, Mikolaj. But the truth is, the Jarek you knew is no more. The wupji that now stands before you is a creature of pure darkness, driven by an insatiable hunger and a thirst for vengeance. Mikolaj felt his heart sink, the weight of the priest's words settling heavily upon him. Then I must do what I must to stop him, even if it means. He trailed off, the implication hanging in the air, unspoken but painfully clear. Father Tomasz placed a hand on Mikolaj's shoulder, his gaze filled with empathy. I know this is a burden you never should have had to bear, my son. But the fate of this village, and perhaps even your own soul, rests upon your shoulders. You must find the strength to confront the darkness that has claimed your brother, even if it means. The priest's voice faltered, and Mikolaj felt a wave of anguish wash over him. The thought of having to end Jarek's life, of being the one to extinguish the last remnant of his beloved twin, was a prospect that filled him with dread and sorrow. But as he looked into the priest's eyes, Mikolaj saw the weight of experience, the understanding of the sacrifices that must sometimes be made to protect the innocent. He knew, deep down, that he had no choice. The wupji that had once been his brother was a threat that could not be allowed to continue. With a heavy heart, Mikolaj nodded, his resolve hardening. I will do what I must, Father. For the sake of the village, for the sake of my own soul, I will confront the darkness that has claimed Jarek. Father Tomasz offered a solemn nod, his expression filled with a mixture of pride and sorrow. Then let us begin your training, Mikolaj. Time is of the essence, and the fate of this village rests upon your shoulders. As the priest led Mikolaj deeper into the sanctuary, the young man felt the weight of his burden settle upon him, a mantle of responsibility that threatened to crush him. But with each passing day, as he pored over the ancient tomes and mastered the techniques of the wupji, Mikolaj's determination only grew stronger. He would not let the curse that had claimed his family continue to wreak havoc upon his village. And if it meant confronting his own brother, the one person he had always thought he could trust, then so be it. Mikolaj's fingers tightened around the silver blade, the metal cool against his skin. He knew that the path ahead would be fraught with pain and sorrow, but he was resolved to see it through, no matter the cost. For the sake of his family, for the sake of his own soul, Mikolaj would become a hunter, a guardian against the darkness that threatened to consume them all.